Yeah, you can would like to bring to order the City Council meeting for September 29th, 2025. We call up to order our meeting and we'll have the moment of prayer. Father God, we thank you for today. Lord, we just ask that you would be with us, that you would lead, guide, and direct our decisions here this evening. And be with our families, be with our EMTs, our police officers, our soldiers, Father God, here and overseas. Lord, we just ask that you would, Lord, in this troubled time, just ask that you would shine your face on them, Lord, and keep them safe, protect them, Lord. We ask of you to sleep here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Lord. Next up is our agenda approval. Can I get a motion to approve our agenda, please?
I'm the motion to approve the agenda.
Post, please. Wait, Taylor, second. All in favor? Unanimous, thank you. Next up is public appearance. Is there anybody in the audience tonight that has something to add or to bring to the council and myself with regards to Dept? Everybody's looking up. We'll go on to open up the public hearing for the millage rate on the Pickens side of Nelson. Giving I get don't say there's like sticking back there. Anybody sure has it.
Are we going to discuss it before it's probably done?
Yes, I think it's down. Okay, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing. We'll move on to item number 7 for minutes approval for our August 4th, 2025 meeting. We'll get a motion to approve.
So we can motion. You can know.
Richie first.
Second.
Lisa, Vicky. Like it. Department reports. Ms. Brooke, you have anything to us this evening?
I do not have
Okay. Next up is our mayor's report. Our projects are underway, or our project is underway on Cherokee Hillside. It's moving right along. There's been no major issues or anything like that so far. There might be held us up 1 or 2 days last week. Movie night was a success. We are looking at a second movie night for October if the weather will hold for us. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. I think Pam's checking to see if we have another movie for the year. If not, we'll wait and hold off and buy the package for 2026. Unless I don't have it, if you have any questions for me. All right. Finance report with Ms. Miranda.
All right, so bank balances, cash reserve fund, 169,378. Cherokee SLOSS 4 is 92,720. Cherokee SLOSS 5 is 966,241. General fund is 1,056,996. Grant fund is 56,944, and SLOSS 2020, $1,448,604. And then SLOSS 6 is 307,327. And currently we are basically 10% used on our revenue, with a 9% remaining, which means to go down. And then on expenses, we're at 15%, so we're not.
You do that always. Everything has to go to at least that.
Local option.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll change that. Yeah. So
We should be 25% or less. So we're at 15.
so we're gonna get.
And later on in the we are going to discuss the Millage and park bid approval, which financially, I think. And then the budget amendments for fiscal year 25, we just need to claim that, get that cleared up before with the audit. And that's all that.
Okay, any questions from Miranda? Tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ray. Move on to unfinished business, our master art project plan. It's really bringing the bid approval for you guys. So I had a meeting with Jeff. He said last Friday. It's last Friday. 3 were disqualified. 3 of the 5 were disqualified. Either A, not enough experience in a project like this, or one of them wasn't just have all their credentials in and whatever.
Some of it was experience, some of it was like a 30% margin, that's just shedding.
You know, studies.
From the sales.
So we have 2 bids: Magnum Contracting 1.695 with 7, Dan Travis and Deep Sign, United Bank, Liam Fashion, Star 977, 790. Now we have a couple of questions. We also be able to use both Pickens and Cherokee for this project. So, Jeff Morton is providing us with the project manager for SPLOST, the SPLOST project manager overseeing to do regular meetings with me, regular meetings with the contract company that we choose. And did we check that with each around because it was some weird amount?
I don't remember taking it out, but I know they added something in, like that's in the plate addition, an alternate, I guess. So it was the boardwalk approach at the pedestrian bridge.
Lessons.
Boardwalk to the bridge. Faster.
Yeah, it was really, this was like, so if you look at the first packet that's folded, it's the legal paper, like the last page, there's 3 alternates.
Okay.
Yeah, because there is a
Pedestrian bed, then they've got the 4-foot wide boardwalk approach at pedestrian bridge. So all that stuff is up here. That's just something additional. And then also one for a fountain and pad, and a new asphalt.
those are the things that we took out for right now because we were at our limit to go back, and we can go back on those.
Here, the
Yeah, that's the other option. So that's
So again,
what is the new asphalt?
I'm not sure what that one was. I know that we talked about all of our amenities and everything is there. Our basketball court, our pickleball court, the half basketball court up at Cherokee. Now we had talked about if we wanted to reduce the price a little bit, we could take out the community garden and just have our guys build them if we wanted to.
Yep.
Because I don't think that's going to be, I think that would be just busy work for somebody, honestly. They're going to charge us money.
and Andrea with the parks plan did say that we had discussed with the landscaping and everything that we made, because she said we do need a new sod or seed, just so to stabilize the ground and stuff.
I was good with sod and seed, but I took a lot of the trees out so we could go back like we did before and just get a landscape person to come in and landscape after we get everything in, because it's a lot cheaper. It was a lot cheaper. Like, I think they had things at $45,000 for 6 trees.
I'm looking at base prices there and telling you it's going to be a lot cheap. You don't do it.
Yeah. So we're not learning new trees.
But that's, I mean,
We'll just do the grass the seating.
Okay.
But it does include our sidewalks and things like that, so everything just like it was laid out on the plan that we had the original plan. I did ask if they had a preference, and they said that they've done work with both. Like tonight, no contract, and I do checking on them. They're in Jasper. I know that the city of Jasper's used it for projects and been very happy with them. Tri-Skates is out of county. So, they want us to get more than the stuff here. Awesome. So. You've got any experience with legal those? No.
No.
Yeah, 5 here, Benton. That's your basketball court, the new foundation asphalt surfacing and sterile coater servicing. So it's but I'm going to gosh, I'm not here, I will find out what that is.
That's the one Pickens straight down.
This one here, no, this is our ball field right here, Buffalo North.
No, I was looking at number 7.
Setting
Here.
Yeah. But yeah.
she had back some, she got some.
We're gonna get up a parking situation up there and we'll let in that basketball court.
We still have parking, but it'll be gravel. We decided to pick up with a pretty surface. We just went back to the gravel for right now. Basically, this is just going to be
There's room for asphalt, half court with a fence around it and parking desks.
yeah. Yeah, we have quite a bit of room, and it'll be termed differently than it is now. Then there's also there is
Yeah, my fan.
there's a pavilion installed. And we can eliminate that pavilion if y'all want to too. We don't have to have that pavilion right now. That'll cut down some. That's 50,000.
There's also a bunch of picnic tables and benches and stuff.
But yeah,
If you want to arrange for two later, so never order from Eric. What is he?
I think that would be a good place to just cut up for right now, because we could go back with our own structure that's not going to be 53,000. So, do y'all go with that? That's we know both of these. And then we can order our own picnic tables. We've been doing that. We've got our own books. So that's 75 and 76. You see anything else in here?
Yeah. There's a 6 benches and there's 72. So you know, those are what?
Yeah.
Everything. 17.
Yeah.
We're not going to bad. With the stuff always comes to the hanging out. This one looks like out of center 5 site elements, different budgets. Just picnic tables, 5 trash lists.
Yeah.
So like the trash receptacles and he's got here. You go first.
Go ahead and work through those on Weary's and one, so kind of look in. Junior and we'll approve.
Or leave them as much least good, right?
Yeah, we want to look up to those. And then picnic table will go with that 88 picnic table trash reset like behind.
What?
Nice.
Oh,
Everything else is good. So, that's
what?
number 8 on this thing. Or shirt. Number 9, I think was just a Pickens one. And that's just to the city, yeah.
I would just say seed
Does it
and a
have-
sod where needed.
Does it have any situation about square footage on the things? Anyway, or,
Because I know that there's a gravel area up at the top for parking. We've got the paved parking at the bottom there, by Spring Street.
I just wonder where that number comes from, just because. That's just what I was doing tonight, so and maybe that's about it. That's not saying it's, yeah. I mean, I know it's gonna be a lot of square feet, but
I've got a whole
$5,000 is a lot.
Well, some of that seed and sod, so we have some sod around the areas, especially near the drain stuff. We'll have to sod that. You want sod around the perimeters of your courts and things like that. Just to keep up its for erosion control. I don't know how far out it goes, probably 6 feet. So that probably, I mean, I don't think that would be too bad because that's probably a couple of pallets, 3 full pallets, and then you lay in it for later or so. And yeah, we can take the trees down for now.
And so only one of them puts up in for salary, like an 8.4 and 8.5.
8.4, 8.5, and 8.6. So good. You spot straw. There's not going to be that much of it, but there will be some.
Or keep it.
Yeah,
And then get rid of the top.
yeah. 8, 1, 2, 3.
And
Anything else? Let's see when.
So,
So I mean, you have a reference to Magnum. Do we know anything about the landscape? Like,
Just that they used, Cherokee's used them on several
Oh,
other
okay.
projects and they've done really good job. So both of them had done well and not had a lot of change orders and things like that, so.
what would that in the neck doesn't block kind of 3 for the second? Yeah.
The Trastic, she's like the familiar with that 162, tries to use as an indicatory challenge. Or get 5, 8 total. Yes. We start with 11-2, 12 Joe Rock. One of those 15 meters from Donna's pedestrian bridge, just safe like 59 minutes, 150.
but like 1-1,
Yeah, the
the demo's 45 and there's an 18.
Yeah.
Like, how is that?
I mean, it's like.
So some things are,
The rating, so the first one was like over $500,000, the other one's 200,000.
oh man. After me too funny.
Yeah.
And what's the piece right? Joe.
I mean, that's a $300,000 difference with Lady Smith, right?
Well, look at this stormwater. What did 3-4? Grading 2 or 7?
Yeah.
I mean, are they looking to thing?
Oh, well.
But then the 3-5, they have 0, and the other one they have
Yeah, so up there.
sorry taxes, and they used to it, they don't need to do that.
Yes, on these two, there was, like, there was some that was lower, but at the same time, they weren't. This direction came up like a really that cleaned up that equally. I think they're looking at the glass, but yeah, they just left. That's kind of been the been edited.
Yeah, I think they disqualified. I think there's 2 disqualified. Just kidding. Yeah, exactly. Good.
Yeah.
And there will be some of this stuff that don't take this much to do, and they're supposed to, there would be a PM that will track that, so they don't just automatically give that much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just like this one up here. If it's less, then it'll be credited back to us.
Right. Well, that's what I'm not understanding. Like, okay, change all basketball court, and one
So,
person said
look at it like this.
7,500,
Look
the
at it
other
like this.
23. Do they look different? You know what I'm saying?
But you have to look at it like this. You have 2 companies.
Mm-hmm.
Each company is different, and when they do their estimating and they put a bid out, they're gonna come in on some of it they're gonna come in over, some of it they'll come in over, so it's just a guesstimate. Some people, as far as the demoing, people may know, and I don't know who's higher on that, who's higher on demo. If somebody from Jasper may understand it, we have a lot of marble here, where somebody from Cumming may not.
Yeah, this
May
a site demo is 45.
Yeah, there's still a lot of marbles and stuff on those properties.
You need to take up size from 16-inch. And pretend to read it. Okay. Yeah.
How much can I get the benches for the other roof?
Where they're not cheaper than that. They were nearly 600 lights or something. This is a
Same way to get to the big so it's 1,000, but check it's also if you're doing more into what should use the freights and everything all the time shipped it.
if we're doing all the trash receptacles, plus they'll match ours, then there'll be all our trash receptacles, all of our benches and stuff like that match. And those, I think we've got being ordered from them pretty decent. It's the same people that'll be ordered across. They're just gonna give you a markup because they're doing it for you.
Took out 7.5 and take out 7.4, I think.
They'll have 7.2, 7.5, and 7.6.
Yeah, 7.4 is the concrete pad for the pavilion, the automated new pad, and it's at the pavilion later.
It's the pad for the pavilions you're taking out.
The concrete for the pavilions only 1,000, probably it'll be cheaper if we do it while we're pouring.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and keep it, let's try and keep, we should put the pavilion in.
Yeah. It's supposed to spray and that's it more sod or something like that.
Okay, so now it's just which one you want to go with.
I would suggest I'm gonna have $1,000 cheap.
Okay.
Accurate, great, much stuff. Gives us quality.
So we'll go with Tri-Scapes. Okay. Removing tables and benches, the pavilion at basketball court, leaving those concrete.
It's about you.
Taking out the garden, and
You haven't sworn out all we'll just say girls.
I didn't see it in there, which is weird, but
Maybe it's been kind of been great because I think we already know they take the fence and all out that we would do it, so that may just be more great.
Well, they chose
okay, I'll do a share and say,
Yeah.
I think it's just great.
That's just working, but
Yeah, she's going through these beds and all that stuff.
yeah, we struck all that. It's just sun.
Yeah.
All right. Can I get a motion to approve Tri-Scapes for the removals? will be the 159, 77, 90, 77 minus removals.
So moved.
Okay. David Taylor,
Second.
and Taylor, Mike, any others? Be it. Fine, anything, all in favor?
And you don't cost, thank you.
Next up is the maintenance supervisor position that we were talking about.
Should be. That's just the job description, it's a real, but I'm trying to do it when she was here.
I'd like for you guys to just take a look at that. We overflow the executive session for employee conversation. And, I'm going to put that together in here, and we can add to that. And if you guys want to take that and review it, and make some adjustments to it for our next meeting. And
We could go with the rest in the back. So,
if we wanted to, the fiscal year 25 budget amendment, we'll turn it over to Mr. Ray again.
so yeah, I'm sure I do.
We're not changing the bottom line of the budget as a whole, but this just readjusts each one at a department level. After all the journal entries and all the and expenditures and revenues for the fiscal year 25. So this is just basically balancing it back out.
Any questions? Should we get it? What?
The round second, and I see any questions you can rest your minutes.
This was
What's that? Wait, just him.
Do we need it for let's sit?
Yeah.
What exactly did you change? I'm looking at it here already.
So if you look at the first column, that's the original approved budget amount. And in the second column is the amended amount. And so the third, over at the right tells you, the changes in, anything in parentheses is reduced and anything that is not is increased.
On page.
So you have the fiscal year 25 and then you have the,
Yeah, this page makes more sense.
yeah, the amended at the second level. So it's 793,825 on revenues, and it's also 793,825 on expenditures.
So you just basically balance it.
Yeah, just took a move from
That we have inside.
We get a motion to approve the budget amendments for fiscal year 2025.
I make a motion to approve that. Amendments first, second,
okay.
consent.
All in favor?
Fearless. Right.
Next up is where the 10-year business loans rate for the Pickens side of Nelson. Next that year for proposed rate. And Miranda,
Agility.
And this is the rollback rate after all of the factors have been in the lost rollback portion. As you can see, the net digest value is 23,935,352, which is a 6 increase from last year. The rollback operations and maintenance rate is 11.9166, and this is calculated via the PT32 rollback form. And then once you do that, then we adjust it based off of revenues that came in on local option sales tax. And the number that we come up with is the 1.004.
That is the rollback rate, which is created so you don't show an increase. So by doing a public hearing, you're basically rolling it back to offset inflation. So that's your standard rollback rate. Questions?
Yeah, I don't know math earlier. Spare room.
Is that probably
Looking at it. Cherokee County has about 49% more on the net value, but it's about, they're paying like 35% less on the total tax cost. Because the millage rate is 100% higher on the Pickens side. But what I always go back to is, I'm like saying, millage rate a little closer when we're talking about, it's like 101% higher on the Pickens side, which makes it like 23, say 24,000, and then Cherokee we're getting 17, 9, but they got $9 million more value. No taxable value, or maybe 11 million, I can't remember. It just seems like the math's off a little bit.
We took that back to Swindle last year to talk to him about it. It's about the assessment. So
Like from, if you go back to 2020,
that
we got a 100% Pickens increase on the net value. And the Pickens, we've collected about 93% more taxes than the city has from Pickens County. But you go, Cherokee County has went up about 75%, but the tax increase went up 8%.
here's the deal. You have a lot more people in Cherokee than you do Pickens. We know that. Second thing is Cherokee assesses their properties every 3 to 5 years. They are on a schedule. And I know this because the assessment's correct. I spoke to him and he showed me what they do. Pickens County, it is not the case. There's houses that we know, we did a lot of digging. There's houses, some of them haven't been assessed in 18 years. I'm saying that I'm aware of some book. Sorry. We brought this to Roy Dobbs. We've tried to have conversations with him. We've told him that it's impacting residents on the Nelson side. We have people coming in once they get their tax bills and saying, "Hey, what's the deal here? You know, why is our taxes so high? Why is my property just went up again?" Because those properties aren't being assessed like every 3 to 5 years. And
Some of them are.
well, here's the deal.
Based on
It's based on sales.
and building permits.
It's based on sales and building permits. So if somebody builds next to you, somebody that does renovations next to you, they're gonna assess your property. It's unfortunate, but that's what's happening.
And it's supposed to be all that.
It is. And there was a big article that came out in the paper last month. Chrissy was very adamant about how she felt about that. A lot of people were adamant that I've had phone calls, I got emails, all of that. But it's an assessment issue. It's not, you got one side that's keeping up for every 3 to 5 years, and you got one side that's doing it.
Well, let's just go back to 24.
That,
You had 34,800,000 on the Cherokee side. This year we got 36,700,000. You know, that's a little under 2 million. But Pickens had almost 3 million. But we had a negative change on the Cherokee rollback. It was negative 1% difference. But the Pickens side is positive 7.69%. I mean, that's just going back.
yeah,
I'm talking about the increase that will, the taxable value.
But also has to do with when we get the digest. So in order for us to do one, we're getting one from Cherokee by law by July 15th. We didn't get this one until
we got it to May, didn't we? I think we got
preliminary numbers in May.
May.
We got the digest by July 15th.
Then we just now
So last week, the week before, I've been sick, so it's been like 2 weeks.
It all factors too on inflationary growth, which is also in the calculation of the rollback rate. So when you have the real growth versus not real growth, and then you have the inflationary value and you calculate it, that's where the difference in the two different counties and market value, really, if you think about how Cherokee is and how Pickens is, and the assessments.
Well, you also have the loss that is effective on the Pickens side that we don't get on the Cherokee side.
No.
And what are we getting on that for next year? I mean, for this year, what do we get?
Lost. I would say total on that. I'm trying to look at it, so I've been here about 8 months. But give me like 7,000 to
So that makes
She
us,
said,
that makes the Pickens not pay more since you get lost.
No, you should.
no, yours pays less.
Well, that's it.
Because it offsets it.
And then it also goes back to the dawn of time whenever this rollback rate, and depending upon if at some point someone did a millage rate increase for Pickens side and didn't do it for Cherokee, or did it, there's so many different factors because it's two different. Would it be right for them to be paying equally per mill value to the value of the house? So if you've got a $100,000 house, you definitely won't be able to pay the same tax rate, right? Just because you're in the city and you're paying for the same services. Does it make more sense? Absolutely. But you got so many other moving parts, like the tax assessor's office and all these things that you would have to do a tax increase or either a serious reduction for Pickens. You have to do a tax increase for all the Cherokee people or a reduction for Pickens.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that long ago they were pretty equal. And it's like Cherokee's done this, and at the same time they went away from each other in opposite directions. But
And then if you look, you can see on this 5-year history, the exemptions under the gross digest. You see the difference there in the exemption amount. That's also a big factor because if you look, the digest actually went up range for Pickens as far as the values. But then you've got the new HB 581 exemptions and stuff that's also wrapped in here. But ultimately with this one, the same thing with Cherokee. I think it was, is that 3.9 for Cherokee on the insurance? I think it's, I mean, it increased pretty, both of them were pretty equal as far as the exemption goes.
Cherokee went up less than $2 million, and the exemption was 1.3.
1.3, okay.
And then Pickens went up $3 million, and the exemption was 1.1. So I mean, they went up less and they had more exemptions, but
Yeah, it's the difference in two.
But I've done the math on it. We'd be getting about the same if it was like 0.75 across the board. But it actually next year probably go up because it always does up.
And you could really, you could we could easily do that study to make them comparable. But I don't know how long they would stay. Over time, they would grow apart again, and then you'd have to readjust it because of the different dynamics. So that is something that we've been kicking around for a while now.
And maybe with the House Bill 581, now it's mandatory that you do those assessments, isn't it?
It was mandatory.
Well, I know it was mandatory for that,
Their manual. It's literally page 64. And the one I have was like from
Every
2016.
10 years, yeah.
It's not anything new. They're saying it's not new.
I do know this. I know a lot of people are screaming about their taxes, so maybe something will get done first. I mean, but hey, we should get our assessments. I like digest next year on time appreciation.
And next year, I'd like for us to sit and talk about this before it's running the paper.
We've tried, but I mean, the thing about it is by the time we get it,
We don't see it.
it's so late by the time we get it that we have to approve and get our stuff on there. I mean, We were supposed to have it due on
When did
15th.
y'all get it?
That's 2 weeks ago.
And the first one he said that wasn't right, so that was kicked, had the brakes on it until it was fixed, then we got it the next week.
I mean, something like that, we can call an emergency meeting. I mean, it's kind of important, set the millage rate. When we talk, at least talk about it, run the numbers before it's
Problem
posted.
is that the tax commissioner's office is collecting the bills for us, and because the tax commissioner has to send out their own tax schedule, and because the tax commissioner versus tax assessor, that timeline, you have to have 7 days to run it in the paper to be able to get it approved prior to, so it can go back to the tax commissioners, the tax commissioners on the bills, because they're doing the collecting for us.
And the agreement we have with them, I will set the rate by July 31st, which we do that over
They kind of never have us over a barrel, but I mean, maybe there's something that we can look at
I have a question, maybe it's down.
after the first
This
of the year.
process that we're doing now, I mean, the only thing I'm getting at is taking the council out of the whole process. Is what, I mean, it says in our charter that it is set, I mean, you can look it up, it says it's set by the mayor of the council at the meeting. I mean, I'm not helping to set this, I'm just voting on it. Miss,
That's kind of my question, is what is the path to where we want to be, where they're similar? What does that look like? Is that totally not in our hands because we're not doing the digest?
No, you can reduce this down,
I mean, the number is math. I mean, it's
You would-
formulas and it just is.
yeah, you would just roll it back. You'd roll it back, you would exceed this rollback and roll it back to match Cherokee's.
But then what happens? Like you said, it wouldn't stay because
Because of the different property assessments and the strategies on the assessments and inflationary growth and
all those factors.
all those things, yes.
Right.
But we can reevaluate it annually and keep it in line. You would roll back all.
What would that do to our budget too?
Right. That's what we're saying.
Basically, I think because of local option sales tax, Pickens, you wouldn't have. I think you would have your property tax with you.
I mean, we're not getting a whole lot of property tax levy, but yeah, cities, it's in there, about 40% of the budget comes from everything with less than 10%.
Yeah,
With the taxes from Burke County, it's the money, almost
we probably for that because your money's come local option sales tax, which is your sales tax from which is your 1%, which is affected by this millage rate.
So would we want to previously take a look at the history and based on this history, look at a rollback for next year of some sort?
You can. I mean, you don't have to approve this one.
so what y'all got the digest and just handed them a number right like the next
No,
day?
it's a computer.
No, it's a computer.
Put it in it, calculate.
You run it as a paper. You've not approved it yet. You can approve it or you cannot approve it. It doesn't really matter.
I don't want to.
I'd like to see it below 1.
We're not to ask.
Fine.
Just advertise it.
Is that going to flood up with next year's eyes?
They've held this up for months. So.
Not the commission.
Yes, that's what. Yes, that's right.
What happens if we hold them up, or we get held up by somebody else?
It's changing.
Well, I know they get grant funds of like what is that?
Yeah,
There's
I
some grant
know
funds
that-
that they're already on the tail end of because they're trying to get late.
They would probably have to run Nelson's tax bill separately to not hold up all the other entities. Or either Nelson would run it on.
I don't want to just willy-nilly set one. If we've got one that we put it through we put the numbers in and we follow the process for it. If we want to roll back, I think that we need to show how we're rolling back, why we're rolling back, because it's going to open up a lot of things. Cherokee's going to be like, why are you rolling back? I understand, it's going to be a whole thing for them. We're paying this, we're not Pickens. Pickens taxes is higher than Cherokee's. I get all that, but there's going to be a lot of questions for that too. So if we're going to do it,
Millage rates and Pickens and Cherokee's different. I mean,
They are.
millage rate for Nelson.
but they're under the same program.
It's based on.
And it's based on the evaluations from the assessors.
Yeah.
So you're taking it out of, for Pickens County, you would be taking it out of the assessor's hands, putting it in yours and saying, well, this is what I think the millage rate would be, but we're going to leave Cherokee side.
Can I say, no, you're misrepresenting what we're talking about. I mean, we're talking about Nelson's portion of the tax.
Yeah, but it
You're
comes
talking about the
from,
assessment.
It comes from the assessment,
Yeah, I
correct?
understand that. I mean, the value that they put on your house,
Yeah.
and then this military, I mean, there's some bigger, nicer, more expensive houses in Cherokee too that you're not accounting for. When all the you got mobile homes on here, Pickens County, 188,000 mobile homes.
Yes,
Cherokee County, 6,800 mobile homes. So, I mean, they go, I mean, you're kind of sort of getting Pickens residents to pick up some of Cherokee's tab in a way. I mean, it's 100% higher millage rate.
We also got with the fire tax on the Pickens side to reduce there.
That should have never been there. I mean, Pickens should have been paying Cherokee tax anyways, in my opinion, which that was done before I got involved.
It was done before I got involved, but we have to rectify it. Though I would like to, I mean, it's up to you guys at the end of the day, but I would like to do an assessment. You come up with a rollback for next year after, because the House Bill 581 took effect this year. That's going to change things up a bit. And then if we take our 5-year tax digest based on what we have now and look at it, then we can make a change to our millage rate on the Pickens side and justify it. Right now, the only thing that we've got to say is, hey, we're just going to change this millage rate because we don't like it and it's not comparable.
Well, we could easily say it's 100% higher in Cherokee County. That's why we're adjusting it. But we could adjust it down to 80% higher or something. I mean, you're talking about 0.504 versus 1.004, which is this just like 99% thing.
He's not much.
I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong.
I'm just saying, it's the difference. I mean, if you ultimately look at the reason why you pay property taxes, it is your maintenance and operation millage rate that this is so off base anyway, because it's funding a very little amount of your maintenance and operations for the city as a whole.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not a giant amount.
If you put both of those together, I think the difference is the scale of Cherokee County versus Pickens County and the operations and how everything's been done over time. At some point, somebody voted 2 different millage rates for 2 different counties within the city. You know what I mean? Like that weren't on equal playing field. And you can not approve this today, and then I can rerun the numbers and we can rerun it in the paper, and then go from there.
How do you set a millage rate the right way, though, tonight here, without you running those numbers and then being approved by Sean? I mean, how do you just pick a number?
You can't.
That's what you're saying.
I would have to redo all the paperwork.
When's our next meeting? I mean, I don't care what holding, I'm never calling people up. What's our next meeting?
It's fine. October, first week of October.
It's next week.
Thank you.
Okay.
7 days.
So, but we would have to already have that. It has to run 7 days. So it'll be 2 weeks before they get it. So, I mean, that's the only thing you can do after that. So I can be changed over. Well, we can have a special motion to negotiate. After we can have a special comment. I'm good with that.
On a setup date, I'm assuming we could, right? You said the place never paid.
So if you can get something put together for us for our next meeting, and then bring it back for the council to review and then you vote on it then, and then once you vote on it, we'll have some paper again.
And we're gonna get a bill from the tax commission if we haul them. $1,000.
If they have to run a separate bid,
That's a whole lot. I mean,
potentially,
like constant.
potentially, whatever that costs to them to rerun everything.
Which would could be, it's kind of like you're offsetting the returns can do.
What would it cost for us to send out refund checks?
It goes to the commissioner's office because they collect it.
That would just have to be a conversation that had to be had with tax commissioner's office to see. But if, because Nelson's goes on with the county, the school, all of that, it won't happen this year. It will go on its own separate billing. So I don't know how would be it. Because what are they charging us now to run it?
Depends if state's starting the parcel, I think it's 4 hours a parcel. But that's just a tax, like across the board, if they're going to do a special run. Within that minute, there's also so many different zoning assessments are done, which causes these issues to me. But like the property, all the properties on Cherokee Avenue on the right are pretty much in town at a set rate, 35,000. Half the properties going out Cherokee Avenue also get it from Cherokee County based on the amount of property that they have. You can have a 3-acre lot up here on Pickens Street that's valued at 21,000. There's no rhyme or reason. I've sent emails asking for explanations. They do not get answered. The ones on Cherokee Avenue, the ones that are really getting screwed over. Yeah.
So wherever there's been a house fixed up, and everybody in the vicinity gets rained out.
Yeah. But they're, like the land valuations are a big deal. Because it's like even, I think we're on.
Yeah, they do all of them. So you got to do all of them.
I've had meetings with them, we had a meeting with, the Board of Assessors, and pretty much, thank you for your comments.
It's also a total county to deal with.
Yeah, I'm not working with you because we don't wanna, because we ask questions, we ask questions, so,
But you got to remember, our net value on it more than Cherokee's side did. I mean,
That's okay, they're starting to do it, whereas Cherokee's been doing it. So I use a
Which I only think that that's going to continue to grow and
Yeah,
everyone's
that's
talking
gonna
about tax values are going to go up and
yeah,
Pickens side.
And if I really want to offset it, they come second.
If you rise to,
Yeah, and they don't, but they
you got
have.
a house across the street from me at 600. The next one's 4 something. They got me for, I can't remember, it's now 4, 3, something like that. My neighbor above me is 400 something. I mean, everybody on that street is.
they got it, I get it. I mean, if 2 years on the road, I got it. So, we're selling our houses in Royal Lake now for $500,000 and $600,000, so.
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't have.
My house is not worth that, but it's just sure gone.
But the thing is, arts, they can probably get that for it.
Yeah,
And that's where
that's
the
where-
problem comes in. My only concern with flooding is that if we get into this week, though. Just like,
So let me ask you something, can we take these numbers this year, the 5-year digest, and based on this 5-year digest, regardless of what time we get our numbers next year, could we plan could we do all from work and get it ready for a rollback next year? Yeah, absolutely. Without having a digest.
well, you won't have to base numbers, but you would know what your millage rate's going to be. You wouldn't know what your overall net digest or gross digest is going to be or your exemptions, but you would be able to have, if you're going to do apples and apples, you're going to need to have matching millage rates because millage rate is per dollar. Like it's, yeah, the value.
Is that on, I mean, and I'm just asking, because I live in Cherokee, but is that, if you do apples to apples, is that like, the antenna like Cherokee being penalized because we have more people, our millage rate is lower, than Pickens County? And then would it be looked at as being penalized for a county running more efficiently than another county?
It's really all perception, really, if you think about it. I mean,
Is it 10.5 million?
If your house is accurately appraised, I mean, there's no difference.
True,
yeah.
If
but
it,
that's not.
and their son was overinflated at Pickens, so their son was inflated in Cherokee, and their son was underinflated.
The House Bill 581 will, this year will address some of the houses that are not assessed correctly.
For Pickens side, yeah, if there's
Cruise.
if there's properties that have not been evaluated or assessed in several years, they're about to be. And then,
Well, but it locks it in there. They've got that, the 581 at home said they can't increase more than 3%. It'll show the values, but you can't tax rate.
but they'll get they'll get assessed.
So your gross value go up. Like you'll have more.
But that would make it more in line with where we are, partial for partial, house for house,
We,
after they finish with that old. And they, well, do they have a choice on putting that kind of, so,
oh,
what's your thoughts? Shall we, what do you?
Can't appear.
Shall we, what do you, what's your thoughts?
And
same, after the last 4 years, I'd like to find a way to get it balanced, and we keep talking about having meetings and work sessions and all that, and in 4 years, we haven't. So, I'm going in December, hopefully next year y'all do that.
Go with that. Yes, it.
well, I mean, I agree. I think they should be in line, but I think it's also way more complicated. And I mean, you still pick a number. So
Look, I will tell you this, I can't tell you how many emails, I can tell you, I know that we went to several meetings. I pushed every button in Pickens County with regards to our millage rates and our taxes and our properties being assessed to the point you tick people off, but, and
It's prelims too.
yeah, they agreed to give us prelims, we never got them. We sent emails about that, never got a response, because he doesn't, Roy Dobbs doesn't have to work with the city of Nelson, so that's how much they care about their Pickens citizens. I have tried.
I just wish we'd pass a cap. I mean, at the rate this is going, it's gonna be double the village on Cherokee side for the next 5 years.
That's why I was just asking Miranda, I don't think so, I think that this,
I think this is actually going to start trending back the other way because of the exemptions as well as the inflationary growth.
and all the houses have to be assessed now, because there's a cap for the next 3 years, correct? And it's, what is it? Is it
There's a cap for the next 3 years, but is that not just on homestead?
It's only the homestead.
Only the homestead properties. So any of the properties that are not homestead. Correct.
How close they get it?
once they do it?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to have it on the dirt on, I need to check.
You do need to check, because it will set your rate, so, because then they can't go up more than 3% in any years. For the next 3 years, it's 3 to 5.
It's every.
It's 30 a year. Sure, it's 10 years, it'll be 30%. It's better than 30% the next and more.
That's what I'm doing.
Two thoughts.
We
Let's try to figure out someone else.
What was Cherokee's? Right.
he was
Got 506.
you say this.
Pickens is wired by 004.
If we change this down to the same rate that Cherokee County has, it's going to reduce the actual taxes levied by half.
Yeah, going down to what Cherokee is right now is probably too low. I'm just like, I'd like to have a little for the wind, you know, at least get it down under 1 at least. Because we're like 99% higher right now. So like 0.9, 185 or something, and that makes me.
Yeah, but then you're getting back into the point where you're almost not, you're not, they're still not apples to apples.
No. That next year would be the year to try to get it closer.
Agree.
Drop it just a little bit and then try to fix it next year. Come up with a.
You can figure out some way to average to.
I would like to have something where, so we have an ordinance to where they're not farther than 50% apart of each other. Because that might not need to be that even, I mean, I don't know.
We can do that now. Because it's all based on assessments. I'm the mercy.
It is, you're the mercy of the assessor.
Well, there's not a whole lot of twin county cities in the state. No, there's not.
There's a few, there's some,
Yeah.
there's some, one that has full.
Yeah, full Bible. Then classes.
So if we drop this down this year, we're gonna have to, we'll have to have Miranda run numbers. We're gonna have to hold up the tax assessor's office from sending out bills, and we'll probably have to pay for the bills to go out, or either we'll end up paying double. Or they'll get a bill and then we'll have to pay to have them send another bill. So that was my reasoning for let House Bill 581 do its work, see where we are next year, and then have a plan to literally reduce taxes to where maybe you do 25% reduction next year.
Form a plan that you're gonna do each, for the next 3 years, you're gonna reduce it by this, this, and this. You're gonna roll excess, roll back.
You know, maybe you do 15%, maybe 15% a year, or 25% over the next. Yeah, maybe that's 1 year, and then 20. Maybe it's 15.
Cherokee has to be rolled back less for them to ever, get in the ballpark of each other.
That would be a tax increase though.
Yeah. I mean, next year when everything's reassessed and add a couple million, you roll it back a little less instead.
Well, the good thing about it is Cherokee's, their properties are assessed. They're not behind on properties. They don't have properties that are 18 years old that haven't been assessed. So, really, truly, once Pickens County gets their assessments on track, and they've assessed the properties in Nelson, I think you'll see a difference. And then we have a plan to maybe we agree right now that we roll back 25% next year, and then we take a look and see where we are for the next year, and agree on an amount for the following year.
Good.
Can you agree on a percentage to go backward on the JV? Because they're actually doing some
We know that
assessments.
they're 100% difference, so 25% regardless of the House Bill 581, that's still renewable.
Does that mean Cherokee says I told them that?
Out of
So how many houses do you think are off Pickens County assessment?
So a lot, and a lot of it's land values, because Cherokee, like,
We
our
know
land
it is,
values,
it's not what we think, it's
we're
what
on
we
an acre and a half, our land, but
Properties, I've got a reason.
okay.
So we figure that there are 50% of the properties in Pickens County.
Or not assessed property. Yeah.
So that means that 50% of the property in Pickens County is probably assessed much higher than what they do right now.
Yeah.
So if you took that gross digest and pretended and added X amount for 50% of the housing, what does that do to the gross digest?
That's gonna increase significantly.
So if that gross digest went up to
You see the difference between this year and last year.
30 million, what does that then do to it?
Then if the other offset of that gross digest being so much, it's going to be offset by whether or not it's inflationary growth or if it's real growth. And so based off of when I'm running the spreadsheet, basically you have a number that is your inflationary growth that you have to plug in there. That basically comes from the tax assessor's office. And so that offsets anything in that calculation, and that tells you how far your rollback rate will go or not based off of last year's.
Right.
So if that digest goes up, say, $4 million, then if that inflationary growth doesn't come back also inflated, then it's good to know. So that's the dynamics where it changes every year because it's based off of that inflationary growth. The inflationary growth ultimately is what affects the overall millage rate. Inflation is teaching us as a whole.
I think it's got started good, yeah.
To agree.
Well, I'm being pessimistic, but I don't know, there's been a lot of money spent the past 5 years. Printed.
And what asked.
I mean, that's about.
So would it realistically behoove us to pull what I'm asking on drop downs and have to rerun everything, the tax commissioner being held up until next year, and then we have a plan formulated to move forward after everything's assessed? Because they only have a short window to assess, if I'm not mistaken.
Go to it.
You know, it's a short window.
Well, I think they have everything in 3 sections, the county.
Yeah.
And then did 1 section this past year, and then I'm trying to do another 2. But they won't. They said it was for internal, so what is it, revenue, because we're the.
No, could you do an open record request for me, please, for that?
Well, thank you. I think
Me too.
what Monday's meeting, like I said, we have to. You should be looking at the paper. What's today?
Not Jason, we're going to have it by Thursday to give him the paper for this following.
They have to have it like,
So I can go.
Thursday to get in.
How about this? I can go and I can run all the documentation, get it where it needs to be, have it to you in the morning.
I think it has to be Monday for that week.
Then you can do it. Yeah, I can send it tomorrow. It can run for 7 days. End of next week, we can have a special called meeting, and it can be approved, and then we can soundtrack.
you know, what is the amount that we're gonna,
That's what you'll need to decide it, and then it can just happen.
okay.
It'll be easy.
So do you wanna do a 10% reduction right now until next year? So that,
I don't know what that is.
what's the 10?
They looked.
You say,
Yeah, it'll be pretty close, just like now, pretty, yeah.
that's good. Yeah. Yeah,
10% sounds good.
Okay.
More on the settle, huh?
the 10%.
You drive on her phone. That's on me.
Well,
But you
Can you go talk to the assessor's office and see if you get
yeah, right. The other part of that is like the school board just did an excess rollback.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, you're
I
gonna
ain't seen
do.
my tax bill yet.
Yeah, but they got that
we do all this.
East
You're waiting on yourself, David.
I don't wanna see it.
Cherokee hasn't gotten theirs out yet.
We haven't gotten ours.
They got East Loss, so I know that they're running that some, so they're happy about that, I'm sure.
I got that explosion, right?
Well, this got through.
Yeah, what's it in?
15
Because
years.
that one is out and I'm just kind of, but
Yeah, I'm all for education. So next meeting is gonna be when, Tim?
It just needs to be after next Wednesday.
After next Wednesday?
Wait, no, wait.
When can you have those numbers?
I'll have them,
Okay.
first, I'll have them to her by 8 a.m.
Oh, I don't care when, I mean, I'm just saying, is that tomorrow?
We'll get it in there tomorrow.
Okay. Can you send those numbers out to me?
I will send them.
Even if it's a text, just,
you're sure they are?
all right.
Can we vote on that? Because I know last year it was like a 1-day lapse thing.
But
Is that giving us enough time for full 7 days to?
so let's say you think we've got all the eight.
If it comes out on Wednesday,
Run for 7 days, see what you'll have.
I think it has a date of the Thursday though.
it could come out on Wednesday with the date of Thursday. So if you call a meeting Thursday, evening Friday.
Fine.
Let's have it set that be Thursday,
Just
10.
push that, the meeting's on the 6th, so like either the 9 to 10.
Because it can be voted on at Thursday.
The 9th. Can y'all be available on Thursday night?
And that's,
Can you call me? Send your phone. You and Greg for Jefferson with the? Yes. Just checking. All right, so that's good. Everybody else good at 10-9?
Yeah, I can make it.
Okay. 10-9 meetings. Will that keep, that's cool with,
I think it's only for, I think it'll be pushing it like 2 days, but I think they're good enough, they can make it happen.
send an email to, that, yeah, email to find, video.
They gotta be federally, and
Yeah. It's 10%.
so yeah.
They come out to 9:03, right?
Not casting.
And then they'll drop on Thursday.
Yeah. So I'll bet it tonight.
Sure about it. Any other questions or concerns for the military of Pickens County?
Yes.
Okay. I think we've got the fiscal year 2025 audit approval. Step time again.
We've already sent the letter, and it's like some kind of minutes up the other start.
We go ahead and get approval for our audit to start for the 2025 fiscal year.
There's a copy of the letter they sent in first to me. And else.
What company we use?
It's like CKH.
I think the price went up.
They used to come in and give us a report, and then they quit.
That was Walter Walker.
They're gonna come give us a report just on it.
I'm gonna ask for it too.
Well, like the guy that's doing it right now, I'll tell you, I'm sure, like Cherokee local.
But we really didn't have any kind of leaks. We didn't have anything last year. So we was coming to say congratulations. Good job. Good job, Council.
it was in the original.
Here's your report.
It's still less than the different needs of the audit.
Yeah, it was a big, let's see, pricing conceding.
Yeah, we don't have
Little pat on your head, yeah.
Yeah, we agree with the pricing.
Yes.
So can I get a motion to approve CKH, audit for 2025?
I'm making a motion to adopt. Thanks, second.
William, all in favor? Unanimous, thank you. And then we've got, record retention, Kelsey.
I just want something on the record that, because you're gonna have to start destroying records at that point. When there's like a state guideline for record retention, people are following whatever the state guidelines are. The book looks like an inch thick, so think about that. Want to really read that?
What kind of records you
Just the stuff that's in the record. The police stuff, I don't want to mess with, just in case any of that.
It's mandated, there's the,
We have, there's stuff we have to get rid of. You know, like they have recordings of the council meetings, they're still on cassette tapes. It's supposed to be destroyed as soon as the minutes are approved.
So are you wanting,
And I've got cabinets full of these things.
are you wanting something that just says that we'll follow the state guidelines for record retention? Any questions on that before we vote?
What exactly is the state guidelines?
I'm gonna give you a copy of it. It has all kinds of stuff in it. I just haven't touched those.
each document's different.
Yeah, it's literally,
Okay, I'm fine with it.
and we haven't touched it in
I
around
don't
this
know,
space.
that's it.
Oh, come on. that's
Building
like-
plans are now 10 years, well, it used to be indefinite, so we get rid of all of those, but then you have to make it a CO forever.
Kathy, she stays up to date on all those courses and that's part of her 15-year mandatory clerk stuff, so.
It's,
And by the way, I just want to say congratulations to Kelsey for her.
I will get you back.
Well, Kelsey's completed some of her training here for her municipal budgeting and for finance and this didn't take her. I would love to. They're very, they are very hard courses. I'm just telling y'all, they are like they're major, so I just
Miranda
want to
also
say.
got her hours in the case adjourned.
Better watch it.
Yeah, I didn't think that through at all.
Two banners.
And the picture was in the whole catalog. I got a
Yeah.
copy of it.
And then, yeah, and also, let's have a round, let's go ahead and applaud this for Good job. Way to give back to the city and the county. So, yeah,
I think she'll be.
I'm just gonna give it.
Let me tell you. I'll take the job.
Smell those and good.
So can I get a motion to approve our record retention to follow the state guidelines?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Nathan, Handy, second,
Would say.
one, so all in favor? All right.
And anybody that wants a copy, let me know. I'll credit. I'll save it.
Quick employee executive session, it's 5 minutes, then yeah, I'll just stay, because we're not voting on anything when we come back. Can I get a motion to adjourn to executive session?
Make a motion to adjourn executive session.
Thank you.
It's like,
Okay. Oh, all in favor?
aye.
Unanimous.